range of premier electrical appliances just keeps growing and growing, with more of the quality brands you love and trust. Morphy Richards, Russell Hobbs, Sharp, Dyson, Bosch, and not forgetting our two latest additions, Ninja and Shark. Pop into our Marika store and meet our friendly, helpful staff, or visit premierelectrical.net. Premier Electrical, 97823 414. That's 97823 414.
Did you know? By having window film professionally installed by Ian, you can stop up to 80% of heat from entering your home, and also keep your home warm during the winter months. Save on energy, increase your privacy, and protect furnishing from fading with window film installed. Follow us on Facebook, Ian the Film Man, or call 999 79671.
Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? Just about to join the Paphos Highway. And we're heading to Paphos. Just dropping down now to the Limsol roundabout. We're going to take a left and head down past McDonald's, past to the former Debenhams. Then we're going to take a right and head into central Paphos. So sit back and relax, and hopefully you will enjoy the drive. Now, you may have noticed that the sky is a little bit cloudy, but you know what? It's absolutely beautiful. Temperature's 27 degrees. It's 9:15 in the morning. There's a lot of humidity along the coastline, but luckily inland is that little bit lighter today, so it really is absolutely beautiful. And if you want to go dip in a swimming pool, all that blue Mediterranean Sea, rest assured you're going to go home with the spectacality of a suntan. Now, let's take that left and let's head down towards McDonald's. In front of us is a former sort of Mali sort of thing. It was a cinema complex, and well, it looks as though someone's bought it and someone is refurbing it. So one would suggest that that's probably going to reopen as some shops and perhaps a restaurant or two. We'll keep you abreast as it comes online. And now coming into line is probably the best car wash in Paphos. That's where you can go and sit down and get yourself a nice latte, and the guys frantically work on your car, very fast, very efficient. It takes about 15 minutes and your car comes out sparkling. Yeah. And then of course that's Mega supermarket. If you want to go and get some items from all over the world, that's where you go. Great car park upstairs and downstairs, and a nice restaurant cafeteria as well. If you go in, say hello to the manageress, Maria. Say Yasu Barouet. That's what you say to her. Anyway, here we are. Here's the goodies. Slowly but surely it's getting ready to open. Another 6 weeks or so is what I've been told by my mate, who just happens to be the manager of the Neon Mall coming up on the left hand side. And that's another mall that's reopened, by the way. For those of you who remember, it actually opened up in 2008 originally as the original Paphos Mall. In 2011, unfortunately, it got itself into some trouble and it closed down. But 18 months ago, it reopened, and now it's going from strength to strength. And in fact, even Lidl has opened up. Yep, you heard me correctly. Lidl, the supermarket, has now opened up there on the left-hand side, along with Kenobi, Cosmos Sports Shop. And of course, if you want to pay your Ceeta bill or get yourself a new Ceeta line or a new mobile phone, perhaps, that's where you would go. And on top of that, the Home Centre, DIY Centre, is in there as well. And they've got a great coffee shop, all to boot. And they're doubling its size. They're building on the back. They're going to add more shops, more offices, and rumour has it, a rooftop restaurant, which will allow you to look down to the blue Mediterranean Sea. Now, if you're looking for a new car, perhaps a Hyundai or a Volvo might be tempting you. Or if you were more wise, you'd buy a Honda. On that note, what car do you think Mr. Paul's driving today? It's not a very new car. It's got an automatic gearbox, so Mr. Paul's quite happy, and it's a very, very reliable car indeed. So drop it in the comments. What do you think the car is today? It's been acquired for a very, very reasonable price, and it will be appearing on Mr. Paul's very own new channel, of course, Cars and Me, which of course is launching on Monday the 29th of August, so literally in 2 or 3 days. So please go and hunt it down on YouTube, Cars and Me. Of course Mr. Paul will take you on his adventures, hunting for cars, fixing cars, mechanically and bodywork, obviously, and we'll take you on tours of the body shop and the mechanic shop. But on top of that, I'm going to take you on the journey as I buy cars. Some of them will be newish cars, some of them will be older cars, like this one that I'm in today, but it's a very, very reliable car, and I picked it up for chump change, and the plan is literally to give it a quick clean, check it over underneath, and then flip it very, very quickly. If we only make a few euros, it won't be too bad, and at least somebody will get to drive around in a very, very reliable car, one of the top brands for reliability. So drop in the comments, what do you think this little car is that Mr. Paul is driving around in today? Right, tree-lined avenue down to downtown Kato Paphos. That's where we're heading. So if you want to see a view of that blue Mediterranean Sea, don't click off just yet. But of course, if you do like what you see, perhaps you should hit that like button. Doesn't cost you a single penny. Subscribe to the channel. Again, doesn't cost you a single penny. It just tells YouTube that you like what you've seen, and perhaps they should recommend a little channel known as Marika and me to more like-minded people, clever people like yourselves. And of course, if you want to keep the channel afloat, if you want to keep us lubricated, why not go and hunt us down on the Buy Me a Coffee platform? Why not Google these magic words, Buy Me a Coffee, Marika and me, or Marika and me, Buy Me a Coffee, and up will come our landing page, and of course you'll have the opportunity to read that a little bit more about us, and of course a comment or two, because people like that, don't they? They like to know that they're in similar-minded people, and then of course you could gift us that virtual coffee, or 2, or 3, or 4, or 5, and of course we thank you very, very much indeed. Amanda and Jim, thank you very, very much. Dayman, thank you very, very much. Lillian, Frank, thank you very, very much indeed. The list goes on, and we do appreciate every single coffee that people are gifting to us. And of course, the odd person likes to join us as a superstar member as well. If your name is Lord Kevin from downtown in Liverpoolshire and his girl Lady Kathy, we thank you very, very much indeed. And of course, if you're a Duke and you're a Duchess, if your name is Duke Phil and there's a girl in your life called Duchess Sharon, we thank you very, very much indeed for your continued support on the little channel known as Marika and me. But it really is a spectacality of a day indeed. It's nice to get a bit of a respite from the heat because it has been very, very hot indeed. And of course, we understand if you're coming to Paphos, perhaps from a colder climate in Northern Europe, that's what you want. But for us locals, you know, 1 week of sweltering heat, to be honest, is enough to cook us alive. A little bit like a pork souvlaki. All we need now is a little bit of salad, a knife and a fork, and a bit of pita bread, and we could be very, very tasty indeed. So, slight respite in the weather. It's a little bit cooler. It's around about 27, 28, and they're saying a high of 30 degrees today, and slightly overcast. So that's quite nice if you want to go walking around on the downtown Kato Paphos promenade into the harbour area, perhaps go along one of the coastal pathways and do a little bit of exploring. You won't be perspiring quite so much, but please, please make sure you take it easy and make sure you've got a nice bottle of water or something to quench your thirst, because it is still very, very hot indeed. Downtown Kato Paphos is coming up, so here we go. Do you want me to name one or two of the hotels along the way? You do. Let's get the big boy cigar lit up, and then that makes me feel that little bit more relaxed, a little bit more calm, doesn't it? Yes, Parabon of the cigar. That's our Lord Martin, and of course his girl, Lady Victoria. They're coming to Paphos very, very soon indeed. And of course the list goes on and on. Dayman's getting excited. She started packing her suitcases. She started unpacking her suitcases. But she knows that she's coming to Paphos very, very soon indeed. Lady Ness and Lord Andy of Shropshire, they've just got back from their cruise in and around the Mediterranean. They went out to Malta, then boarded a big boy, and they'll send around Croatia and all those kind of places. But now they're back in downtown Shropshire, but they're getting ready, and she's packing and unpacking her suitcases because she knows very, very soon indeed, she will be getting on a big bird, grabbing the hand of Lord Andy and jetting into downtown Paphos. And we'll be looking forward to seeing you guys and everyone else who fancies it at the King's Restaurant. That's the first restaurant in the harbour area, and more often than not you'll find us sitting there waiting especially for you. If you see us, why not pull up a chair and chew the fat? We'd like to know a little bit more about you, and of course we can sit there and become even closer friends indeed. So what's coming up? Here you go. That's the Amarby Hotel. Who was booked in there? I'll tell you. Our girl Lady Rachel from downtown York, and of course her Cheshire cat grinning man, Lord of the Jace, and we're looking forward to seeing them when they come back to the Cali Resort in downtown Coral Bay. And guess what? When they arrive, we'll be booting it down the coastal road, especially to see them. Alexander the Great, there you go. Lady Maggie, it's waiting for you. Baroness, oh, so sweet Caroline, it's waiting for you. Dayman, it's waiting for you. And of course Lady Ness, I bet you can't wait. September is a-coming. Pretty quiet around today, by the way. Not much traffic. You wonder, has something gone on in the world? Perhaps has the Tinternet crashed, or I don't know, who knows? Perhaps the world has run out of Coca-Cola because I've not bought a can for a few hours now. But this is the downtown Kato Paphos ascent, should we call it, to the promenade. This is the brand new seating area, brand new pavements on both sides, and they are almost finished. Bit of planting to be done on the right hand side, and then of course it is complete and ready for your holiday when you arrive in August and beyond. That was the Annabelle Hotel there, by the way. I think King Harold and Lady Pat, that's the parents of Dizzy Blonde, will be staying there very, very soon too. And of course we're looking forward to seeing those guys when they arrive in downtown Paphos. And a big shout out to Dizzy Blonde and of course her son and my great friend, of course that's Prince Oliver. Thank you very, very much for joining us at the King's Restaurant, and we will look forward to seeing you again when you come back to Paphos. And we wish you a very, very safe return to the UK, and some dancing and some prancing in and around Yorkshire. And thank you for being loyal members on the little channel known as Marika and me. Slowly but surely we are in the back streets of Kato Paphos, and we are working our way towards the harbour area. So we're going to finish with the spectacality of a view indeed. And of course I'm going to say thanks for watching, and of course if you do like what you see, hit that like, smash that subscribe, and please don't forget to keep on coming back for that little bit more of my complete and utter madness. And of course if your name is Maggie G, I thank you very, very much for your kind comments, but for some reason the last two comments that you left I am unable to reply to. So keep the comments coming, and I promise you one of these days you will get a very, very nice reply from me. I do thank you for your kindness and your kind words, and for joining me on my little travels in and around Paphos. Thanks for watching. I'll look forward to your company again very, very soon indeed. I think it's time to like the big boy, and I think it's time to go and get a nice can of the real thing. There you go. That's what it's all about. The blue Mediterranean Sea. Thanks for watching.